Hello and welcome to the Field Engineer channel. My name is Guy, and on this channel, we discuss topics of interest to field engineers and field managers. I have with me today Varun Sharma. Varun joined the field engineering community in November of 2023. He is from India, and he studied and worked in India for 12 years before moving to Germany, where he is now, where he is living and working for the last 2 years or so. He started working in IT, and Varun is now in the medical devices field. Welcome, Varun. I'm happy to have you with me today.
Thank you, Gay. I'm also happy to see you. It's nice
All
to be
right,
here.
so let's get started with getting to know you a bit more. Tell us a little bit more about yourself, your career, and your studies.
Yeah, actually, I grew up in India in a small town called Chandigarh. It's in the north of India.
Okay.
And there I started my education. My whole education was in the same city. I completed my diplomas, 3-year diplomas in electrical engineering. Then I did small job for IT. Then I again pursued with my education. I did my electronics and communication bachelor's for 4 years. And after that, I joined the medical industry because I was not aware of medical industry
Mm.
anymore before that. In my city, we have only few industries for the electronics, and I pursue my education in electronics and communication. Then we were searching for the job with one of my friends from college, and then we figured out the company where I started my career, and then that's how I introduced to the X-rays, and from there till now I'm with the X-rays. And meanwhile, I did my operation management while pursuing my job. While doing my job, meanwhile, I did a distance learning, and I'm now here. Yeah, that's
It's a nice story, and I noticed that quite a few of us have similar stories because I think IT is a more known field, internationally. Medical devices are not so known, and when we discover them, we become passionate about them, and we choose to change our careers. How did you choose to leave India and move to Germany 2 years ago?
that's a big question. It's a mix of curiosity, opportunities, and ambition. When you call engineer and when you put Deutschland or Germany in a figure, you saw many engineers from the books we are reading, the physics and everything is coming from Germany. And the when I started working with the X-rays and when I start reading about Röntgen, and then I start learning about Germany also, it was always in my back end that okay, one time I will go there. Then I start working with a German company in India. Then I had chances to visit Germany again and again for my training and other purposes. And then before COVID, I got first opportunity to visit to come to Germany as a job for a job. But that time I was not sure that it would be a good move to move outside from the Asia to Europe. Then somehow I convinced myself, and then in 2023 I took final decision to move out from the Asia, and then I start working here and to explore myself. I guess I am more multicultural fit now than I was staying in Asia.
Okay. And how do you find it now living and working in Germany and Europe in general versus having lived and worked in Asia?
Actually, both continents or both countries have unique strengths, and like India has bigger population. India has dynamic, fast-paced work culture where you have the immense learning. You have to different opportunities. Whereas on other hand, the Germany value precision, structured working, and professionally, I truly appreciate clear process and deep focus, which I learned from Germany a lot. And now I see both value world to the strive to blend, best of each into approach. India taught me emotional intelligence and the value of hard work, whereas Germany gave me professional approach and deep respect for the quality and how to work on myself, how to improve the efficiency of the work, and precisely working on the quality.
Okay. Well, all these qualities are important to succeed in a career, and it's nice to see that you had the opportunity to be aware of them and acquire them, right? Um, how was your move to a new country? I mean, this is completely different for you. What was critical for you to be able to integrate yourself in a new country and a new job too?
Yeah, I actually, for me, I think first thing you should be open. The openness is the key, and you should be more open because I am coming to their land, and I should be open to understand their culture, how they behave, how they react to certain things, which could be common for me in India, but those things are not common here. So I should be open to these kind of moves, and should respect their culture also. I should not stick to my culture and say no, no, we are going to this way and not that way. So I try to ensure that my role aligned with my long term goals also, which I am doing. And meanwhile, I stay lateral moves to help gain skill, adapt. Like recently, I have done my product owner certifications, and meanwhile, I'm open for the geographical. When you go to a country where you don't know anyone, where you don't have any friends, then you should need friends for the weekend at least. So you should be open, and that's the key. And apart from the professional career, you should build a relationship with the people also, and that's how I doing since I started my career, and I am little bit successful in that also.
That's very good. And you have your family with you, right?
Yes, my wife and my son,
How
they
are
are with me.
they integrating in the country?
For my wife, it's a cultural shock because she is more outgoing. And here, as you know, the Sundays are quietly, there is no work. All the markets are closed and everything is closed. Whereas my kid, he enjoy this place. He loves to go out in the world, in the forest,
Uh-huh.
and he is like a bit like me because I also like traveling a lot, and I like to travel like a backpacker, a solo traveler, and he is like bit like me. But for my wife, she is still adjusting. It's almost 2 years, but it's a when you shift from a different culture to here, she has to be integrated with all the peoples over here, and we don't have where I'm living. We don't have too much Indians over here,
Uh-huh.
so it's also quite difficult for her to integrate with other people. But she is quite doing well now.
Right. And
Yeah.
as you said earlier, if you have an open mind to learn, it makes it easier and you're doing the right thing. But if we want to focus more on your career as such, how did you manage continuity in your career moving to a new country? And it is a new company, right? It's not a company that you were working for before.
Yes, it's a new company. Actually, to continue learning, it's the key is adapting. You have to adapt the way the company is doing. Then you can contribute what you know, what you learned from your past experience. First, you have to adapt their culture, and that's what I learned while moving here. That, as I said earlier, that quality is the key over here. And if you are not qualitative and you're not, efficient, what you are doing, so you have to go through the process, understand. The first key is you should be open for the things, to adapt the culture, to adapt the processes, because here in Germany we have lots of documentation as compared to India. Here you have, like in India now, the things move more digitally, but here still the paperwork is a lot. So you have to be ready for these things.
Mhm.
And each role taught me something different. Coordinating, I started my career as a coordinating resource, which helped me to understand the dynamic, and then being a service engineer, which helped me to talk with the different person, and it also sharpened my troubleshooting skills. And then what a customer needs. And I believe all over the world humans have the same emotions and processed through the same kind of things. Okay, the only difference is they are from the different part and their backgrounds are different, but the basic human nature is the same. So if we stick to those basic things, I guess you can proceed in any country or continent in the world.
Right. And thank you for describing a little bit your progress through your career from project engineer to support engineer and then service engineer and now production and service manager. As you mentioned, having done the support first and then doing the service engineer work gave you the whole perspective now as a manager to be able to probably manage better your team because you know what they go through in the field and how they are supported by the support engineer. Um, what would be your advice to those engineers who want to advance in their career if they look at your career track and they want to replicate, something that you have done to move up in their career? What would be your advice for them?
Uh, So my advice would be simple: stay open, you know, keep yourself open to new things. Don't stop learning, and always read something. Either it is about your technical work or your psychology, anything. Do not stop reading. Keep continues what you are doing, and when you are doing something, do it 100%. Don't left it like 50%. When you
Mhm.
want to do something, make sure that you are giving your 100% into it. And once you are making this as an attitude or like a part of your life, then nothing will stop you.
That's true. And I guess the other part is being noticed by your manager or other managers who would see the potential for your advancement. Did you have any such experience? Did you encounter managers who saw your openness and your learning and helped you advance? How did it happen for you?
Yes, actually, I learned from the managers. I also was engineer under so many managers, and I changed my three, four companies, and I learned from each and every person, either that is
Mhm.
manager or the guy who is working under me. Everyone is teaching you something, and especially for someone like me in new country now, having a manager who explain your job very precisely, and you who teach you like what kind of things you have to do, what are the points you have to take in care. And I believe that if there is a transparency between manager and the engineer or the subordinates, then there is no problem in this world. When there is no transparency, when you are hiding some things
Mhm.
or the job is not clear, like as I'm engineer, if my manager will not tell me that this is my job and this is my responsibility. And one problem which I saw in the field is micromanagement. Like sometimes some managers start doing micromanagement, and then the engineer who is working under them or the subordinates, they will feel that they are not trusted, and also they don't like to work under such kind of pressure. Okay, though, like we are working in a medical field, so we have pressure from the customer, from the patients. But when you have this micromanagement pressure from the in-house, like from your own team, then it can ruin the confidence of the engineer. Then it can go to the negative side. And I saw this kind of examples many in, like, not in my company, but I been in contact to many other engineers or many other fellows who are talking to me about their experience. So I learned that this is the most problematic thing which we face nowadays is micromanagement sometimes.
I totally agree with you. Are perfectly right. And micromanagement kills the talent. It
Yeah.
instead of giving you, the trust and empower you to do what you do best. And what you touched upon earlier, that transparency, it goes back to communication and how the manager can see that the success is a team success.
Yeah.
And communicating more to the team helps the team succeed even more. So these are qualities that managers should have. And
Yes.
that touched upon the next question that I had for you. Sorry, you wanted to say something maybe.
Yeah, that's the thing. From my first manager to till now, I was so blessed, I guess. Like I have the managers like my mentor. They are teaching me not even the professional field. They are teaching me in the personal level also, and that build the trust. And when you have this kind of trust with your manager, then you can achieve anything. The goal for the professional task is very look easy. It's like pace of a piece of cake, and then you can achieve anything when you have this kind of trust.
Agreed. And I guess you saw that even when you worked in IT before, right? It's not only, industry specific. It's really
No, no,
people.
it's a generic thing. Like I have friends from different industries, and when we talk
Mhm.
about these things, sometimes over the evenings, and then we also figure it out. The common thing is not the goal; is how you reach to that goal. Is the main it's make your journey more beautiful. How you achieve the task done. And then when you have a team with a friendly manner, then it's like you are going through your hobby, and if it is something micromanagement, then it is like, oh, it's going through the hell. So
Yeah.
yes.
And for you, you have lived that as an engineer, and now as a manager, I'm sure you learned from it, and you are applying those kind of behaviors and rules that you wished your managers had at the time when you heard that other managers are micromanaging and they don't communicate well. I'm sure that is helping you as a manager. And you have been a manager for how many years now?
uh, 6 and 8 years
8
approximately,
years.
maybe more. Yeah.
And
Eight
that's
to
that's the attitude that you took. It's a growth mindset. You are open to learn and open to grow, and basically help your team grow with you and succeed with you. And this is very commendable. Um, Looking at the field engineering environment nowadays, and considering AI,
Yeah.
where do you see it heading? How do you see it changing?
Uh, AI actually nowadays playing a vital role everywhere. Like as a manager, when I have some questions, earlier we are going to the Wikipedia, now we are going to the AI, and we are searching over queries, and it's very helpful as a field engineer. When there are some tasks which are assigned like remote connections, and the task like it's playing troubleshooting, it's also helping in the troubleshooting nowadays in medical, especially in radiology field. We have the AI which is auto detecting the diseases. So these things are now playing a vital role. The AI is basically playing a vital role in our day-to-day life. It changed our day-to-day life very drastically. And while talking about the field service engineer, whether it is plan for from a planning to trip, when we are planning a trip, let's say I'm a plan as a field engineer, I'm planning a trip to other country. The AI is helping, giving me itinerary if I give all the things to it.
Mhm.
From there to troubleshooting the system, and then making a strategy how to write a good report or write a good email at single point. It is helping as a field service engineer. Whereas from the diagnostic level, when we have the AI in the machine, as you know, the AI, the machine is also learning by itself. And
Right.
when maybe you have heard examples like we are putting 100 x-rays to the AI, and they are giving us the exact result for this x-ray diagnose. So it is giving us very valuable response. But the thing is, we still, like, our industry is growing to this field, and we still need more trainings for AI, because normally field engineers or the engineers who are in my field are biomedical engineers or medical engineers or from electronics background, and they don't have more information about IT, or they don't know how to write the prompts for the AI. And
Mhm.
when you have a specific trainings how to use the AI in correct manner, then it is very, very helpful. And as I said, the machines are getting smarter, and engineer role is more strategical. Now they have to be more strategical because machine is telling you that what is the problem. Now you have to be more strategically resolve the problem within less time. And this, I guess, in upcoming 5 to 6 years, it will change a lot.
Yeah, you're perfectly right. And the way you described it, it's like a tool that we use, like any
Yes.
other tool. And it is there to assist us and to help us as long as we use it properly
Yes.
to help us advance technologically and even potentially cut down time in resolving issues, especially in the field engineering environment.
Yes,
Uh,
I heard from many, like many engineers, that AI will, kill our jobs or something. But I always tell them that AI is not there to kill your job; it's there to help you. And when you take it positively and you are open to learn it, it can change your career growth, like drastically, and you will learn a lot from it.
Right. The field engineers have a lot of pressure on them when they are out there fixing instrumentation. And the way I see it, AI will help them shorten the time from, arriving to fixing the problem successfully because of the intelligence that AI has that is accumulated through their work because AI is tapping into databases, right?
Yeah, right.
Um, if you were to give field engineers some advice or last words that you would like to share with the audience, what are your thoughts?
I would say, like, as per our conversation goal, you should embrace the change. Never fear from the change. Just try to adapt new things, try to learn. Maybe you like it, you don't like it. It's the second thing, but first try it. Then only you know that whether you like it or not like it, or whether it is moving to different country, different continent, or different role, whether you are moving from a service engineer to a management role, or you are bringing up any challenge, or whether it is any task at work, even at your home. Never fear from the change. Be open for everything and stay curious. It's the key. If you are not curious, then there is no goal. You should have some goals in your life, and always stay curious, always ask questions, whether it is your manager, whether it is your personal life. Ask too much questions so that you will know why this thing is there.
Right.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, Varun. It tells me something important. It is like you will rarely regret something you have done, but you regret more things that you are not trying and not doing. So be curious and adventurous is a very good advice. Thank you. Varun, thank you very much for sharing your views and your experience with us today. It has been a pleasure. I have no doubt that you will have great successes in your career and your life in Germany and anywhere you go with that valuable mindset that you have. And to our dear viewers, thank you again for following us. Let us know what questions you would like to ask Varun if they have anything in particular. Reach out to us through the comments, and you can reach out also to us through the field engineer community. Varun, thanks again. We appreciate your time with us today.
Thank you very much. Have a good day.